I'm still like swollen. Hey everyone, so it's Monday and welcome to our 4th week of our weight loss journey. So if you follow us on Instagram, then you know that my sister Jen challenged herself to running a mile every day this week to kind of prepare herself for a 5K that we're doing later this year to just jump start, the whole fitness thing. So I'm thinking I'm going to jump on board with that. I'm not going to be able to go every day this week because I just don't have a car, a way to get to a treadmill, and it's really snowing outside, so that's kind of out for me. But I'm going to go every day that I can and work out at home as much as I possibly can. So, went to the gym today. So yeah, I ran the mile in 11 minutes, which I was kind of surprised I got through a mile. Last time I tried, right after I had my son, was like an impossible thing. So I'm kind of happy about that. It's still really hard for me. Still have to work a little bit for this because at this point I don't know how I could run, like 3 miles outside nonstop. So yeah. So it kind of got me thinking to why I've never run a 5K before. I have run in the past, and I have run that distance in the past, but I've never done it like officially. And, my mom is always doing 5Ks and Tough Mudders and all that crazy stuff. And she's always asking us to do it with her, and I always say no, because I just get freaked out at the thought of running in like an official thing. I get a lot of anxiety about it, and I was thinking like to why that is. And I think it honestly comes from like gym class when, growing up. And more specifically, the presidential fitness test. So if you don't know what this is, you probably do if you're from the United States, and I don't know if they still do it, but in the 90s when I grew up, that's what we did every year. And it was basically a series of like physical fitness challenges and tests to see kind of where you're at. So if you were my neighbor. If you were, a normal kid, it was probably pretty easy. And, you do your things and you brag to your friends, and this was not the case for me. One of the tests was a sit and reach test to test your flexibility. It was the only one I could do because all it consisted of was sitting and reaching. There was another one that was like you would pull yourself up to like a pull-up bar and hold and see how long you could hang there, which was like impossible. I still think this is impossible. I know it's not impossible, but I've just never been able to do it. And as if like it wasn't hard enough that I already knew I couldn't do it, and I had to go in front of the whole class and attempt to do something I knew I couldn't do. So like I go and I would try to do it, and like I'd obviously fail, and then like the gym teacher got this bright idea, like maybe if we hoist you up, then you can hold it, and we'll test you that way, which was like freaking stupid, and I did not want to do this, but he insisted. So I have like my peers, which is like for an 11-year-old girl who's overweight to have like boys in the class like try to hoist your meatball self up to a bar is just like horrible. I hated this. It's like I'm scarred for life because of this. I'm sure no one else remembers, but I do. So yeah, so they're like trying to hoist me up, and I don't know, all my shit's hanging out, and I fail anyway. So there's that, and then the last part of the test, which was most of my anxiety came from, was running a mile. It was a timed mile, and I always came in last, and it was always horrible. And the worst time I ever remember from this test was probably around like 7th grade, right around the time where kids are like particularly assholey. And I remember I was the last one running around. All of the kids were like sitting in the grass waiting. It was like the end of the day. Everyone wanted to go back, and get out of here, because I think it was like everyone wanted to go home, and like I'm like trying to get around, and I just couldn't. I was so out of breath. I had to walk, and like they wouldn't let me just give up, and so I'm walking around. All the kids are like yelling at me like, just run, just run. I'm like, I can't run, I'm fat, you idiots. So it was just horrible. And like, so I always have this fear and this anxiety that if I was to run a 5K, I'm gonna come in last, and like it's just gonna be like running the mile all over again, and I just haven't wanted to do it. So anyway, I'm doing that this year, and I know like in the adult world it's not like that, but I still feel like I don't know, it might be. So yeah, anyway, like and comment if you hate gym class, if you had bad presidential fitness test experiences, and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.